All right, so let's get started with the weekly market outlook for December. So this week we have, starting with the news calendar, we have a tons of red folder, but keep in mind that this is non-farm payroll week. So usually we will look for trading session from Monday to Wednesday and try to avoid Thursday and Friday because the price action can get a little bit choppy and tricky. All right, so non-farm payroll usually starts on the first Friday of the month and it's 8:30. So looking at the dollar index chart, you can see that on the previous month, price traded into the monthly fair value gap. And afterwards, November candle with displays down, right? So what is interesting is on a weekly time frame, we might visit the weekly fair value gap and trade down lower into the near-term sell-side liquidity here. So since this is December, so I don't really want to give any swing setups or any long-term hard buyers, right? So usually I'll get my trading done for December. So this will be the weekly fair value gap. So what I expect is I want to see price wants to trade up and go down eventually, sell side. Okay, so let's jump on to the daily time frame. On the daily time frame, we can see we have roughly buy side liquidity here and buy side liquidity here. So yesterday candle, the Monday's candle, we traded into balance price range and we rejected. It looks like we are trading upside for now. So my current bias for the dollar index would be that I will look for only short on dollar once price traded into this weekly fair value gap. All right, so what happens when dollar, if I am bearish on dollar, I will look for longs on the foreign currency. If I'm bullish on dollar, I will look to short foreign currency. So we have euro and pound dollar. So how do you know which pair to pick? So let's look at the euro pound chart. All right, so for the weekly, we can see that price traded into the bearish order block and a weekly fair value gap, and price started trade down. So there's a lot of down days, but I will be looking at sell side here as well as the rejection block here. So what does this mean? This means that we are expecting pound to be relatively stronger compared to euro. So if we are looking for longs on a foreign currency, we want to look for pounds for long instead of looking for euro for longs because pound is the stronger asset. So let's look at pound. On the weekly chart, we do have a weekly fair value gap. I would like to see it trade inside before reaching off my side. So on a daily, we can further refine into the daily fair value gap. And you can see how the past few days since last Tuesday, price has just been consolidation. So you wouldn't want to get stuck in the range. So the only scenario is you want to wait for price to take a sell side and before looking for any bullish confirmation for longs. You can see there's relatively equal highs here. So this are buy side liquidity. All right. So let's look at a summary of gold. So based on my previous outlook that I shared, on the monthly chart, I was calling for bullishness since the month of November because gold tends to be bullish going on to Q4. So this will be bullish order block. All right. Then let's look at the weekly time frame. Why I was bullish. So we have triple top, which is the buy side liquidity. So there are a lot of buy stop resting above these highs, right? So what do you see here? This is a breaker block, right? So price takes out low, trades up above, and when the price stops, look at the bodies, right? Price stops at this bullish breaker. And what's inside this breaker is we have a fair value gap as well. So this would be your point of interest, look for longs, which I gave it up. So let's take a look at daily, right? On a daily time frame, we can see that this is a market maker buying model. So you have to train your eyes to look at it. So you can see price take out sell side, trade it into bullish order block. And what's this? This becomes a propulsion block. All right. So let's take a look at each 4 time frame. The 4 time frame, you will see how price is respecting daily PD area, and this is your 4 market maker buying. So we don't need to hold until 2075, right? We just need an obvious bias and obvious joint liquidity. So we can see that there is a breaker block here as well. Same as daily chart, price is fractal, a breaker block and a fair value gap. That could be an area that you look for longs. Right? If you find that this might be too aggressive for you to get in, you can wait for another breakout structure and get in here for looking for final target. Right? So let's take a look at index futures. So I did call out the previous market review for the outlook that I'm still bullish on the indices. So let's look at the monthly chart. I do think that all-time high could be next, but maybe not this year because we're in the last month of the year. So back to the monthly chart, I do think that price could trade down if we are bullish. I don't want to see price trade into the inefficiency here, but we could. So if we are really, really bullish, depending on NFP, how it sets the stage. And I would think that price is likely to gravitate higher. Also look at the daily chart. Daily chart basically took a bicycle here as well. So it's not really a very high probability for swing trade, given that it's a month of December. So scalp as usual. So for scalps, we do want to wait for price to trade into discount areas before looking for equities opens for scalping. Right. So on the last, so overall, in summary, NFP week usually stage the Judas swing of the month. So it will lead the fake move before trading into the real direction. Right. So that's it for this weekly outlook. Hope you enjoyed it.